Beautiful human being, welcome to another episode of Soul Speaks with Spack. In today's episode, we're going to be focusing on the mother wound and how it is destroying you as a man and your relationships. I'm going to speak about how the mother wound may have originated in your life and how this has led you to become the yes man, the nice guy, the people pleaser that says things to please other people. But deep down underneath the hood, you feel frustrated, you feel angry, you're passive aggressive, and you're weak. As always, at the end of this episode, I'm going to share some practical tips that you can walk away with and implement right away to start healing this mother wound and to become the strong, powerful, masculine leader that you're here to be. Now, let's dive into the episode. The first place we're going to begin is identifying what the mother wound even is. And in order to identify what the mother wound is, we must clarify the role of the mother. And in my opinion, the role of the mother is to birth a child into the world and to give that child the love, the affection, the attention, and the nurturing that it needs in order to thrive. Now, to illustrate the importance the role of the mother plays within a child's development, I'm going to share a personal story. I'm the eldest of three boys, and growing up, for the first couple of years, I was all on my lonesome. I was an only child. And I remember one day crying hysterically in my cot. And I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't realize it until more recently what had actually happened that day. But I remember crying hysterically and no one was coming to be there for me. My mother wasn't there. I couldn't find my mother. I felt alone. I felt afraid. And I was crying hysterically. And maybe I was hungry as well. I'm not sure why I was crying back then, but that's beside the point. The point is that my father and my mother were waiting outside the room. And my mum, naturally, her instinct was to come in and to hold me and to support me. That was her natural instinct. But my dad put his foot on the door because he didn't want her to get in. Because in his mind, he figured that this would teach me to self-soothe and to figure things out on my own. And I can understand his thinking. And I don't think that my dad or my mum are bad people for taking this approach. I've come to a place of understanding and acceptance within that situation. But the deeper message that I took from this situation when I was an innocent little kid is that if I express myself and get upset and cry, no one's going to care anyway. And so I learned over time to start suppressing and holding in my feelings and my emotions because I figured no one would really care anyway. So as the eldest brother within my household, whenever mum was angry, frustrated, or upset, I felt like I was the hero that got to save the day. So I would try and solve the problem so that she could be calm and happy. But what this pattern evolved into as I grew up was people pleasing within my relationships and feeling like I had to be Mr. Fix-It. So I would avoid and fear confrontation. I would not want anyone to be angry or upset. I would want to smooth sail through life. And if my partner got angry or upset or frustrated, I would do whatever I could to solve the problem and diffuse the situation as soon as I possibly could because I feared confrontation and I feared that emotional intensity. And I'd also developed a habit from my own childhood to bury what I was feeling to make others feel comfortable and to make others feel safe. So now what I was doing when someone was upset or triggered is I was trying to teach them to bury their own feelings as well, to make me feel comfortable, which is just a horrible approach to life. And I'm going to help you understand how you can navigate through this later on in this episode. So make sure you stick with me. So if you are a man that fears and avoids confrontation and notice yourself people pleasing and saying things to get other people's approval and to please them and to get them to like you, then this may be an invitation for you to look within and notice the fact that you may be carrying this mother wound that is holding you back from being in your true power as a man. The true powerful masculine man, in my opinion, is able to embrace his emotions, is able to feel things without becoming overwhelmed and engulfed by them. He's able to acknowledge what he feels, to express what he feels, and to understand what someone else is going through without feeling the need to fix or solve whatever it is that they're going through, but to rather just be there for them. A weak man, on the other hand, feels the need to fix someone. A weak man feels the need to try and get them to be calm, to get them to be something other than what they are. Whereas the strong, powerful masculine man is able to accept and embrace them however they are. If a woman is upset, if she is emotional, if she is angry, if she is frustrated, a strong masculine man is able to meet her as he is. He's able to meet her calm and grounded. He's able to stay in his own frame without becoming heightened, without becoming overwhelmed by her emotional intensity. He's able to remain calm and grounded and present and to be there for her. This allows her to feel safe. This allows her to feel like she can trust in him. This allows her to feel like she can confide within him. This is a man that is safe. This is what is magnetic to a woman. This is what allows her to feel safe as well. When a man is safe from within, when a man is able to handle that emotional intensity, when a man is able to be with his own uncomfortable emotions without repressing them or suppressing them or projecting them onto the world, this is a man that is in his full power. And so this is why when you can heal this mother wound, you can step into your full power as a man. When you learn how to cultivate your soft, gentle, caring, nurturing side, this is when you can integrate your full power as a man. When you can remain calm and strong and grounded in the eye of the storm and handle the chaos that this external world throws at you without that taking you away from your center, this is when you can be in your full power as a masculine man. And this is a practice. This is a practice that I have to practice every day. I am in no way, shape, or form fully healed. I don't believe that being fully healed is even a freaking thing. I think that we're healing, we're growing, we're evolving every single day. We're dying and being reborn every single day. And I think that that is pretty freaking beautiful. So who you are right now and who you've been in your past isn't who you're going to end up to be. You can recreate yourself at any single moment. And understanding who you've been in the past and understanding how you're limiting yourself in this moment right now is really important for you to get to where you want to go. If you're a man that is lacking creativity, inspiration, if you're lacking that fire in your belly that is pushing you forward through life, then it may be that you have a mother wound. And it may be that you've learned to suppress your own emotions and your own feelings, these things that make you a human being. And you're not a bad person for it. And your mother's not a bad person for it either. You don't have to blame your parents, your teachers, anyone. Acceptance and forgiveness is the thing that will liberate you and allow you to move forward and grow and be the man that you're here to be. Dwelling on the past and shaming yourself from the past will keep you stuck in the energy of guilt and shame. It keeps you stuck in this dense cycle. Accepting who you've been in the past, embracing who you've been in the past is the thing that will liberate you and allow you to build from that foundation. So this is why if you're looking to heal the mother wound, first of all, be aware and acknowledge the fact that you may have a mother wound. The next step is to accept the fact that you have a mother wound. The third step is to forgive and embrace and accept this younger, innocent version of yourself that developed this mother wound. Forgive and accept your parents for the way that they may have wronged you back then. And this isn't to say that what they did back then was right, but this is the exact thing that will liberate you and allow you to grow and evolve from where you are right now. Holding on to resentment, holding on to shame, and holding on to guilt will keep you stuck in that cycle and will not allow you to grow and elevate and evolve. So giving yourself permission to accept and embrace your past, who you are right now, is the key that will set you free and allow you to build and grow and evolve. Another huge problem that can come as a result of this mother wound is a man disidentifying from his masculine core. Because growing up, his mother had nothing but bad things to say about men, especially his father. So this young boy learned that being a man isn't an admirable thing to be. And so he started shaming himself for being a man. And he started disidentifying from what made him a man. And now as a grown man, he's resorted to being a people pleaser, a yes man, and the nice guy, because he lacks that assertiveness and that confidence within himself. And this is because he feels a sense of shame about who he is at his core. So this is why it's important for this man to start accepting and embracing himself for who he is. This is why it's important for him to clarify what his purpose is, what his mission is, where he's going in life. And it's important for this man to start challenging himself physically, mentally, and emotionally, because this is going to help him build up that confidence and that assertiveness within who he is as a man. A man carrying a mother wound will likely have both anxious and avoidant tendencies. Anxious in the sense that he fears confrontation, he fears rejection and abandonment, and he fears that emotional intensity. So he doesn't want a woman to be angry or upset or frustrated because this is deeply uncomfortable for him. This is bringing up his childhood. This is bringing up the fears that he has from when he was a young little boy. And so what he'll do, this is where the avoidancy comes in, is he'll please and he'll say things to keep the peace. But what this does is it makes her feel like what she's going through isn't valid. And this is going to only heighten her and make her more frustrated. So if you're a man that has these anxious and avoidant tendencies, it's important to be willing to start feeling your own uncomfortable emotions. It's important to start understanding and creating time and space to be with your own emotions. And when your partner is angry, when your partner is upset, understand that she's got to go through her own process as well. You don't need to fix or solve her. You don't need to offer her a solution. You can actually be there, and you don't have to be impacted or affected by what she's going through. In fact, if you as a man can stay strong within your own frame, if you can remain calm and grounded and you can be there to support her, this is going to help her feel safe. This is going to help her feel seen. This is going to help her feel appreciated and understood by you. And this is going to create connection rather than creating a disconnect. So if you're people pleasing, if you're avoiding uncomfortable conversations, if you're avoiding confrontation, this is only going to create more of a disconnect and more of a divide. When you're able to have those uncomfortable situations, when you're able to remain calm and remain present and feel whatever you need to feel, this is when you can be in your full power as a man. So this is why healing this mother wound, going back to your childhood, understanding why you've developed in the way that you have, this is going to help you start to heal and navigate through all of these tough situations that come up, because all of these experiences are happening for you. They are opportunities, even though they're deeply uncomfortable and they bring a lot of stuff up to the surface. These are an opportunity to meet a deeper part of yourself, to meet a deeper part of your partner as well. And this is what's going to create more connection, more love, more safety, more trust, and more intimacy. And this is what it is all about. To wrap this episode up, I'm going to give you a quick and simple framework that you can use to start identifying and healing these mother wounds. The first step is to acknowledge and understand that you may have a mother wound. And this episode may have triggered you and may have brought light to the fact that you have a mother wound. So first of all, acknowledge it, accept it. Okay, this is the first step. This is the foundational piece. Become aware, accept, and acknowledge. The next step is something called compassionate inquiry. And Gabor Mate, who's an incredible psychotherapist, coined this term. This is where I learned it from. Compassionate inquiry. It means asking yourself, why am I the way that I am? It means meeting that younger version of yourself, that innocent little boy or girl, with a sense of compassion and curiosity. It means meeting your parents with a sense of compassion and curiosity. Rather than leading with judgment and shame and pointing the finger and blaming, you're leading with openness and curiosity. The energy through which you meet your inner child is very important. So this is why compassionate inquiry is a really important practice on your healing journey. And if you want to learn more about compassionate inquiry, check out some of the podcasts that Gabor Mate is featured in, specifically the one with Joe Rogan. The next step is to set an intention. So in future, when those uncomfortable situations come up, if your partner is upset, if she's triggered, what are you going to do in that situation? So set an intention moving forward for how you're going to show up in those situations. If you want my advice, I encourage you to see her, to hear her, to not try to solve or fix her problems, but to tune into what she's feeling, to notice how she is feeling, and to simply hold space for her, to go through her process, and let her know that you're there. Remain calm and see if you can stay in your own energy. Remain calm, breathe deeply, remain engaged, remain present, and let her know that you're there. That right there is a really powerful intention. The next step is to practice slowing down and attuning, because us as men spend so much time up here in our mind, but very rarely do we take time to slow down and be in our bodies. So another step in being able to heal the mother wound is by being able to tune into what you feel. And this comes through you slowing down. And this doesn't mean that you need to become soft and weak and fragile. No, this just means that you start to notice how you feel internally. The next step is to practice forgiveness and acceptance. And this is to forgive and accept people in your life that have wronged you. And this isn't to say that what they did was right, but this is the thing that will liberate you and allow you to grow. Because the more that you hold on to the resentment, the more it weighs you down. The next step is to practice self-compassion through reflection. So you can reflect in a meditation practice, using a journaling practice. And the idea behind this is to create some space between your mind, your thoughts, and you. So you can journal, you can get your thoughts out on paper, and you can start to understand the way that you're thinking and the way that you're showing up every day. And it's important, again, to be kind, to be patient, to be caring, and to be compassionate towards yourself. To not judge what is coming up, to just let it come through and get that down on paper. The next step is to seek support through a therapist, a counselor, a coach, a mentor, or a community, or all of the above. You can choose one or all, but seek that support. Get yourself in environments where you're with people that are like-minded, where you're with people that see the best in you, that want to see you win and do well. This is incredibly powerful, and this has been one of the most transformational things on my own journey. And if you're looking for a brotherhood, if you're looking for a men's community, I have my own. So DM me the word brotherhood if you want to potentially join my men's community, and we can have a chat to see if that could be a good fit for you. If, on the other hand, you're a woman and you want to join more of a like-minded women's community as well, I have a little community with my women clients specifically. So if you want to join a community of like-minded women, then DM me the word womanhood, and we can have a chat to see if that could potentially be a good fit for you as well. This is all we have time for today. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I trust it's been really helpful for you. As always, if you have any questions or any thoughts that you want to share, drop them in the comments below. And if you have a friend that you feel could benefit from this episode, be a good friend and pass it forward. And if you want to share this on your social media story, be sure to do that and tag me, because I love to see and hear how these episodes are impacting you. Until the next episode, venture beyond limitation. Let's go.